every one of us probably knows who Billy Graham is. To date, he has reached over 2 billion people with the good news through his evangelistic crusades. He has shared the gospel with more people than anyone in history. The impact God has made through his life is immeasurable. But what many of us probably don't know is who shared the gospel with him, and how it all started nearly 100 years before Billy Graham with a man named Edward Kimball. Edward Kimball was a humble Sunday school teacher in Detroit with a passion for investing in his students. One of these students was a young boy who worked at his uncle's shoe store as a teenager. Edward Kimball noticed his lack of interest during class and decided to meet him in his world instead, so he went to him at his job. That encounter would change everything. After their conversation, the boy gave his life to the Lord and went on to be one of the greatest evangelists in history. His name was Dwight L. Moody. During a series of crusades, Dwight L. Moody went to Liverpool, England. While he was there, a man named F.B. Meyer, the pastor of a Baptist church, was transformed by Moody's message. Moody then invited Meyer to tour America with him. At a Bible conference, Meyer asked the audience, "If you are not willing to give up everything for Christ, are you willing to be made willing?" This question challenged a man in the crowd named John Wilbur Chapman, who then also went on to become an evangelist. Billy Sunday, a professional baseball player at the time, attended one of Chapman's meetings, where he gave his life to the Lord, quit his baseball career, and pursued Christian ministry. During the early 20th century, he went on to become the nation's most famous evangelist. In 1934, a group of believers who came to the Lord through Sunday asked evangelist Mordecai Ham to organize local revival meetings in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was at one of these meetings that Billy Graham gave his life to the Lord. Edward Kimball was a simple man, but his passion and obedience led to one great encounter that created a timeline leading to the salvation of millions. Every encounter matters. You may not feel like a great evangelist like Billy Graham or Dwight L. Moody, but you never know what chain you may be a part of when sharing the good news. Anyone can count the seeds in an apple, but only God can count the number of apples in a seed.